Thank you. Let's bring in conservative Gen Z influencer Bo Loudon, great fan of our friend with Barron Trump. Bo, great to have you on the show. As always, the Democrats are spending $20 million to study, learn, to talk to, communicate with new young men. The New York Times writes the following, quoting here, "It is codenamed SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, and promises investment to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. It recommends buying advertisements in video games, among other things." But they want to spend millions to try and teach the young Democrats how to be cool and attract young men to their side. What do you think?
You know, I think this is another one of their schemes. And I don't think it's going to work. I think this might have worked if this is something that they would have planned out months in advance, and they would have done it during the 2024 election and during the 2020 election. But they just lost Gen Z. We're not falling for them. They keep bringing in these tactics. They had Kamala Harris go on the Call Her Daddy podcast like that was going to get any Gen Z votes. You know, it's their same dirty schemes. They play them over and over again. They tried their little TikTok run. They tried hooking up the influencers with the DNC passes. It all failed. And I don't think anything like they're going to do now is going to do any better than that.
It's interesting to me because even, some would say liberal Jake Tapper is mad at liberals because he went on a podcast, a liberal podcast, and they mocked his 15-year-old son. And here's what he said about that, Bo. Watch.
You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. And why does he want to be a cop? He wants to be a cop because he wants to help people, and he thinks that's the best way he can help people. And that's how the Democratic Party talks to men.
It is how they talk to men, and they think if you're not woke and if you don't think the oceans are boiling, Bo, man, you are not for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's really despicable. I don't know what point in our generation we got to where we shame people for wanting to be police officers. You know, being a police officer used to always be like every kid's dream for a few months at least in their life. You think you want to help people. You look to your dad as a hero. You have a strong family unit. And you see, you want to be a protector, a provider. And that's really what a cop is in many ways. And our law enforcement is the reason that we're able to live in a safe and free society. I have friends like Colby Covington, who every time after his fight, he makes sure to acknowledge the police officers and law enforcement and the real first responders. I mean, and those are the people that take care of our society. And the fact that our generation, the part of the left, wants to take that and spit on it and treat them like they're trash and label that as a label in our generation, it's so messed up and it's despicable. And even like him, I mean, I feel bad for Jake Tapper. Like that's just messed up. Like your own son's being attacked by some liberal podcasters. I mean, it's despicable.
Yeah, it really is. I got to go, Bob. I just want to know, how did you get young men to vote for Trump? Give me 10 seconds on that.
And firing up Gen Z with about true influencers, true outreach. At my buddy's house right now, with a lot of these guys are the biggest soccer players, biggest celebrities in this entire day and age in this generation. We had to get them on fire, hook them up with Trump, and it worked.
Bo Loudon, great to have you on the show as always. Best of luck to you. Thank you, sir. Well, new tonight.